In this lesson, we're going to talk about the Hoover Selector in HTML. What does the Hoover Selector do for us? For the most part, what it does is it makes a page, or specifically an element, sensitive to the mouse. So what it allows me to do is if I put my mouse over, for example, home here, I can change its color, I can do anything I want. Now the Hoover Selector applies to any HTML command. I can do it to div, I can do it to whatever. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the code. This is a lesson that I did from previous lessons. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this and we're just going to start to play some games with it. So ULLI. So what I want to do is I want to do ULLI colon hover. Then what it is I want to happen. So again, this will be just like a typical style property. Remember, it's got to be a separate line. The Hoover Selector has got to be separate from the ULLI. So then we do color is green. There you go. Okay, so Control S, save, refresh, and then now when my cursor goes over these elements, the text in this color is green. Okay, now this you don't have to be only green. You can do anything that you want that you've learned. You can put borders here. You can put font size. Let's go ahead and do a couple other things. A lot of times you'll also change the background. So it's background purple. Again, you can use a hex color, VSL, RGB, any type of color system you like. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some, let's just say, you can put border, but let's just change font size. 32 pixels. Okay, so let's Control S and refresh. And then, whoops. Nope. Let's go ahead back. I did something. So background, typing too quickly. Semicolon, so it breaks it up, otherwise purple font size all blurs into one. Okay, so that's my mistake there. Control S, refresh, and then refresh my web page, and now it turns purple and the font size is a little bit bigger. Okay, you can also do this with images. So let's go ahead and do a div here. I'm going to go ahead, got a white background, sort of boring. I'm going to put a photo back there, and then when the cursor goes over the photo, it also changes. Now, for those of you who know your way around HTML, you'll say, well, this is pretty early in the game. What I want to do is I want to teach about how to do rollovers now, so when we get to image, IMG tag, a couple other tags, you'll have a basic understanding of it, and all you got to do is then put it in a rollover. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a rollover. So I'm going to do line center. I'm going to go ahead and put a background here. Let's get a picture here, background. URL, Superman. I know I've got that, JPEG, parentheses, and then I'm going to do just no repeat. Good enough. Okay, so now let's go ahead and since we got it, let's do the rollover. I mean the hover. I'm going to do hover, and then I'm going to do background URL desert. That's one of the standard photos that you get with the computer, and then I'll do a no repeat. The other thing I'm going to do is let's go ahead and put a couple pre's here. I got a pre here. Press some enters here, and then slash pre here at the end. Simply gives us some space so our image will show up. Otherwise, our image will show up only to the size of the unordered list of home, about us. Okay, so Control S, refresh. Now I should have a color background. There goes the Superman. And then as my cursor goes over that div, then I should be able to control it. Okay, so well, let's fix this a little bit. Hey, the size is different, so let's go ahead and change that. So let's go back up here. Desert. I'm going to have to put this in order. I have to spell it out. Shortcuts have a certain format and background. So I've got to manually control this background size. Now this should be simply review stuff we've already done. Now you just plug it in to make the computer do what you want. Then do background size. Background, oh, repeat, no repeat. Okay. So anyway, let's double check. Control S, refresh, and review. And then there you go. I get my desert taking up the entire image, of the entire length of the div, the entire block, and my cursor sensitive to my div. Double check, yes, because the cursor is still sensitive to my list item on my unordered lists. A short class today due to testing, so we'll just call it a day here. So in this case, how to use the hover, which is a selector I can use with any HTML command, and use it to create rollovers or what I want when I want it. Okay, so end of the lesson on hover.